Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is Rune from Rune'sGuild, and this is another episode of RPG Horror Stories. Today, we actually have another update for the story about where the DM decided to roll for the girl because she's a girl and thinks that all girls are going to cheat on their rolls, I guess. But yeah, so this is just a continuation of that. Part 2 came out like 4 months ago when I first was going to read this one, and then I stopped. I took a break. But yeah, so without any more introduction, I suppose I will go ahead and roll the post. Hey everyone, I said I would be back with an update after my next session, so here I am. Sorry for any spelling or grammar mistakes. Grammar has never been my strong suit, and I have a killer headache at the moment. But I figured I would still keep my word to keep you all updated. That's awesome for me because I always mess up everything I say, so this is going to be a fun ride because I'm going to mess up even more. I realize I didn't put some background info in, trying to stay anonymous and all, but I know the DM and two of the guys since freshman year of high school when they were both seniors. The DM had sometimes been a nice guy, but he was never this much of an incel neckbeard, so this behavior was kind of surprising to us. Which is why I think they only spoke up once and were kind of just confused about it after that. Also, I know in the last post I was saying I wouldn't leave this game, but a lot of you got through to me. All the advice made me realize that even though he is a phenomenal storyteller and world builder who can craft these beautifully intricate and engaging worlds and NPCs, even the best stories aren't worth putting up with being mistreated. I'll be honest, because of some issues in my past, I tend to not recognize that I don't have to put up with everyone's crap and that I am allowed to stand up for myself and leave bad situations. So I really did appreciate everyone helping me to realize this, as this was one of those situations I should stand my ground and not back down at all. But anyways, on to the actual update on what happened. How it all went down yesterday was not at all what I expected to happen, to be honest. I had shown all the guys I played with the messages that the DM had sent me. I was clear with them that this was not acceptable and that either they supported me and got the DM to straighten his act up or I was leaving. I also made it clear that I had nothing against them, that I really liked gaming with them and would be happy to continue playing with them with a different DM if I had to leave, and that we would still be friends outside of the game. All of them were appalled at how he had been acting, and the messages seemed to be the final straw that broke the camel's back. After showing them all the messages, they said they had to talk about some stuff and would get back to me before the next session, but most were clear that they were on my side in this matter. One of the guys got back to me the day before the session and said that they were all behind me 100% and that they had been calling the DM out the past 2 weeks since the last session. I guess they were demanding he shape up and explain where his mindset came from and why he was acting like such an ass. Well, I decided that since I had the support from the rest of the group, I would go back for this session, but if he made a single comment, I was leaving then and there, just walking out and being done with it all. When I got to the place we were all meeting at, the DM asked us to sit down, and he was sounding really uncomfortable and he wouldn't look anyone in the eye. He said he wanted to talk to us, but we had to sit down first. Well, he went on to tell us about his 3 past girlfriends. The one had dated him for 2 months before saying she was a lesbian and leaving. The second one cheated on him with someone from one of his classes. And the third one, which he says was the breaking point for him, asked to join a game he was DMing for at his college and ended up hitting it off with one of the guys there, and they broke up. He showed screenshots of the conversations they had leading up to and after each breakup, and honestly, I can see why the guy was pretty crushed about it all. It sucks big time to be cheated on. We did know he had been in those relationships, and I knew that the one later came out and that the second one had cheated on him, but no one knew about why the third relationship fell apart. He never wanted to talk about it with anyone, and after each relationship, he went through the stages of mourning the relationship, and we did what we could to support him, but he always seemed to bounce back. And if anyone had tried to talk to him about it, he was very convincing in telling us that he had been sad for long enough now and he was doing better and moving on. So none of us really knew the full stories of anything that went down or how it had actually affected him. I was honest with him that I was sorry he had been through that, and I did empathize with how he was feeling and how he was hurt, but none of that was an excuse for how he had been treating me, or how he had been speaking, and that his behavior was still unacceptable and incredibly cruel and hurtful and made me feel unsafe to be around him anymore. The other guys of the group backed me up, saying that as shitty as his situation was, it did not excuse or forgive the way he had been acting. They were clearly behind me, which I'll admit was a huge relief. The DM asked what he had to do to get us to stay, and one of the guys said the main issue would be that earning my trust back, and that it was up to me to decide what that meant. And that aside from that, the guys had also lost trust in the DM and his ability to be fair with all the players at the table, and that he would also have to earn their trust back as well and their respect for him as a friend. The DM told me that he had known he was wrong to act and speak like that, and that he had been angry and spiteful because of his past experiences, and because he was hurt when I turned him down each time he asked me out between his past relationships, and after his last girlfriend broke up with him, he said that he was taking his anger out on me and venting because it was easy to blame me for it. I'll admit, I had been fully expecting him to go nuclear and be yelling or something when I showed up for the session. I had been fully prepared to take all your advice and leave. I was not prepared for this. We did end up having a session that night. The DM said he would leave for now and let me think on how and if he could gain all of our trust back. So, the DM left, and the other guys and I honestly didn't know what to do about it. We all had a lot to take in, but we still wanted to hang out like we planned for the day. So the rest of the guys and I ordered some Panda Express, watched a movie, played some board games, and then parted ways. I haven't talked to them yet today, and they haven't tried to message me. They all probably are just feeling as confused and lost about it and what to do as I am right now. So, I guess that's it for the update for now. I don't know if I'll continue playing in the game or not. I don't know how to tell the DM for what he can do to earn my trust back and the trust of the other players back. I don't know if he can even earn that trust back with me. I have a lot to think about for now. I am considering telling him that therapy is a good first step to gaining my trust back. He has always had some really bad anger issues and some other things that I believe therapy could really help him work through, and with all this new stuff, my belief that he could use a good therapist is even stronger now. He has always been kinda off-put by the idea of therapy though, and I remember he was clear he thought it was dumb when I got therapy back during my senior year for some traumas I had been through. But, I don't know, maybe this whole situation could be what finally makes him see that he can't do it on his own. He already seems to be realizing that his coping methods are only going to lead him losing several of his friendships. Sorry if this isn't the explosive yelling match ending with one of us storming out of the room in a dramatic climax like some of you were saying you wanted to hear about. I kinda expected to be giving that update, but here we are. I'll keep you updated still. We are planning to meet back up at the scheduled time 2 weeks when the next session will be, so the guys and I have 2 weeks now to think and figure things out. I did check, but I didn't see any further updates from that. So it looks like things probably worked out for these guys, which is kind of rare. Honestly, apparently the best way to go about things is, and always has been, just talking to the people involved. Communication. So they talked to the DM. DM was like, "Yeah, I'm kind of a dick, but I'll work on it. Let me know what I can do to do better." Hopefully that OP and the DM got things sorted out. Hopefully they, managed to get the DM to, go to therapy if he, wanted to. It shouldn't be a thing. You have to go to therapy to be friends with somebody. But, if the DM was really committed and wanted to make it work out, hopefully he got in. Hopefully he's doing better. Hopefully everybody's having a better time. That's really all that you can really say. The best way to solve most problems, right off the bat is to just, speak about them. Don't just hold them inside and hope things get better until something explosive happens. Personally, I wouldn't play with a DM after this. Not because I think he's like a terrible person or anything. Obviously, the dude just has some issues, but I wouldn't play with him just because as a DM, sort of like what the other players said, they have to earn the respect back there. It's just kind of like, yeah, sure, you might do better now, but how long until when your next breakup happens? Do I have to give you my dice at the end of everything so I can't go home and weight them down? Do I have to give you my character sheets so you can read them off? It's how many more things can go wrong for this guy, and how much can he take that out on the players in general? If he started to fully improve, I wouldn't mind playing with him or DMing for him, but I don't think that I could let him be the DM, because like I said, just how long until he goes even more extremist. yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to say about this update. It was kind of a short update, kind of a short story. But, you know, that's just what happens sometimes. Let's see, I mean, what else do I have to say? Expect videos back on the regular schedule now, on the Monday, Wednesday, Friday around 10 a.m. I usually try to post them. I know I had one go live that I scheduled for like a week later on accident somehow, and that went out a little bit later in the day when I realized it, but yeah, expect them on regular schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I might start plugging some stuff in on Tuesday and Thursday if I, end up reading some of those other types of stories or posts at all. I'm not entirely sure yet. As of now, though, that's really all that I have to say. If you enjoyed the story, leave me a comment. Let me know. If you didn't enjoy it, that's fine. It was a short one. It was kind of an update. Not really anything crazy happened. Leave me a comment either way, though, so I know that you did watch because, I like view counts. You can just say, I don't know, give me a time that your DM goofed up or something. And then, let's see. Yeah, that's about it for me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.